Morning, everybody. Oh, tired today. We were up late last night. We went and looked at a carburetor a guy had for sale. Guy advertised it as a CSU, and it wasn't a CSU. Just because it's got dual needle and seat fuel bowls on it doesn't make it a CSU carburetor. But anyway, yesterday, let's see, what did we do yesterday? We finally got time to raffle off Tommy's nitrous system. That all is going to a guy named Eric Horn. I think he's from Inez, Kentucky. So congratulations to him. He won the raffle last night. Matt Rice raffled the nitrous system off Tommy's truck for us. And so he should be coming maybe this weekend to come pick that stuff up. But we got all the rest of the nitrous stuff removed from the truck yesterday. The leash board and the bottle pressure gauge and the progressive controller and all that. So we got all that stuff out, and then we loaded up and took it to AJ Luckett's shop and dropped it off so he can get started on the cage. Check it out. All right, so we got all the nitrous stuff taken off Tommy's truck. Billy's hooking a trailer up the Suburban. We're going to load up the little blue truck and take it down to AJ Luckett's. Can't wait to get this thing going again. I've missed the little blue truck. I forgot how pretty it is till we pushed it outside earlier today. All right. I need to set all this stuff over on the workbench, I guess. So we got the truck pushed outside, and we got to take the seats out of it.
I think they're 15.
Are we keeping the stock seats?
No.
Come on, man. What?
I can't do it anymore.
Oh.
It's gonna look like a race car. You might as well put one of the seats on.
Whatever.
Got one actually. Somebody said.
I forgot how nice this truck is until I shoved it outside. Ugh. Need to get a new set of Bogarts for this like we got on Billy's truck. That'd be sweet. Getting it?
Yeah. What are we gonna do on carpet?
I've got brand new carpet for it.
We're gonna pull it out before we go, or
I'll just leave it in there for right now.
thing is so street. He still got the damn spare tire jack in here from the factory. Look at this. Take this thing off. Oh my goodness. Well, would you look at that? Street car. That's crazy. Also, this is dangerous. There's a fire. I don't know if he has any paint left over to do another one.
Well, you don't like this hood?
I like the hood, I just don't like the pins. Maybe just put different Zeus fasteners on it or something.
Yeah. Them royalties, though. Can you hardly believe this day has come, Tigger?
I knew it was coming. How are we going to do the exhaust?
I don't know.
Are you going to do it on mine or are you going to do it different?
I don't know. Probably like yours, I guess. What do you think?
Good. Looks so good.
I know. That's why I'm saying we should paint yours. You know you want to. Put it all back just like it came from the factory.
Oh man, I think we look too grab polish.
What? How do you look grandpa-ish with a cow hood, a wing, and Bogarts with beadlocks?
What looks grand polish? What do you think about that same stripe kit but black and gray?
Oh, that'd be sweet.
The ghost of the truck, the old truck. Can we tint my windows?
Yeah.
I just can't get past how it used to look with the black front end or the blue front end.
Dude, it would look fucking awesome, I'm telling you.
And the white hood. Like down near the front bumper was blue and it was just ew.
No, it looks good.
Yeah.
Stop.
Have like a red stripe in it too. Well, I like blue.
That's what we were going to do originally when I said we were going to paint it black and silver with a red pinstripe.
Yeah. It would look hard to look like that though.
No,
It
there's
would
not.
look kind of like GM Goodwrench.
Yeah.
Like Dale Earnhardt.
Right. That's what we were going to do originally. Now we're talking. Let's get going. What are you doing?
Moving the scooter back.
What are you doing?
Fucking shit up all day long.
I brought you something new to fuck up. This one's almost too nice to cut up.
What's happening, my G?
Almost.
Set up a 67 Mustang, so it's not too nice.
Okay. Now don't screw this up, Junior. All right. Go ahead. It won't.
Going ahead.
Brakes stick that bad.
The brakes stick that bad? How in the hell did it ever go freaking 560s like that? Whoa! Enos. So anyway, that was last night. We got that truck dropped off down at AJ's. And we talked a little bit about maybe putting the turbos, angling them, and angling the inlets to the turbos towards the grill, in the center of the grill. And I think what we're going to try and do is run the exhaust out the bottom and turn them out the splash apron underneath the front bumper, or the valance panel, or whatever you want to call that. Because we don't really want to cut the fenders and run them out like Billy's, because you got to cut the cab. You got to cut the wheel wells out of the cab to get those down there. And AJ said it was an absolute pain in the butt when he did Billy's. And I really don't want to cut that little blue truck up like that. I mean, everything we're doing is reversible for the most part. Not that that thing will ever be worth anything. It's just an S10, but you know, people said that about 55 Chevys a long time ago too. So anyway, the blue truck's down at the shop, and I think Billy just pulled in out here. And I think we may be headed to Jigs to get tires again. Let's go see what he's doing. What is it? You want to go to Jigs? Let's go. Get Billy. Go bite him right on the butt. Arrgh. Come on, girl. Oh, you already got the wheels and tires loaded up? Oh, we're just gonna put those other Hoosiers back on?
Yeah, just for testing.
Okay. Alright. Well, somebody's ready to go. Are you going? Tell him.
All aboard the shit wagon.
So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go swap some old Hoosiers that we had onto the beadlock rim. Are you sure you want to put them on the beadlocks and not just the other ones? Yeah. All right, so anyway, we're going to swap some tires today because we're going to maybe do a little testing for dig or die. Is that what we're up to?
Yeah, we're going to do some testing for dig or die. That race is like $500,000 to win, so we're going to try and win that one for sure.
500,000 to win.
Yeah, it's something ridiculous like that. There's like 562 cars entered.
Are you bullshitting me?
No, dude, I'm telling you. It's stupid.
And the surface, I guess, is like really, really bad. So we got to switch up and do a little testing on some Hoosiers for a really, 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 really bad surface. So see how things go. We got to go to Jegs, get these tires switched first. Our second home. Come on, Fluffy. Come on, June. What are you doing, girl? Huh? You like going to Jegs? Huh? What are we doing here?
Checking out a truck.
Yeah?
Yep.
What say, little guy?
You like it? I have one just like it. I break it all the time.
Do you really?
Yeah, he does.
Those are cool. I used to be big into those things. Do they still have a track around here?
No, they used to have one in Zanesville where we're from, but not anymore.
They sell those up here on the wall, don't they? Uh-oh. What is that? A slash? What the heck?
D-Revo.
Dude, I used to be big into this stuff. I used to have RC Nitro stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You remember when I used to have a bunch of them things? Yeah. I feel like maybe we might build another stadium track out there where I was going to build that barn. They got all these freaking things up here screaming, "Take me home."
$1,000 bucks?
$1,000.
Cheers, man.
You think it's worth 1,000? The shit wagon. See ya.
See ya. Y'all take care.
All right,
Good to see
buddy.
you always.
See you, buddy. Come on, June pup. All right, let's go. So we're back at the shop. Billy got his tires mounted, Hoosiers. And what's going on now? You got somebody said they're doing a little cash days tonight or something, a little shootout?
Well, we got word earlier this week that there was going to be a cash days this weekend, and I was trying to put one on myself, actually, but no one wanted to step up and race. Only had like 3 or 4 cars wanted to get in. So then somebody else pops up and says they want to do a cash days, but it has to be street cars only. Got to drive to the spot, got to drive to the race spot, no trailers. So I want to have fun too. So we're going to put the truck back on E85 and we're going to do some street car stuff.
That's what we're doing?
Yep. I want to prove to people that it's still a street car. They think they can get away with keeping me out of shootouts by saying it's a street car. Yeah, they're going to find out.
All right, so I guess it's time to get to work. Let's see here. Good thing we kept these for just such an occasion. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put this carburetor back to E85, and the only thing we have to do that is change the billet metering blocks back to the standard metering blocks and swap the power valves from those metering blocks to the old metering blocks, drain the fuel cell, put E85 in it, and we're back in business. All right, so I've got the front bowl off. I'm gonna pull the front metering block off. This is our methanol metering block, and it's got this boost reference power valve in the back. So all we've got to do is swap this power valve into the old metering block. We'll do that now. Now you know somebody's going to have a bunch of shit to say about changing jets. Now we ain't in New Jersey though, and it ain't in the middle of the night, so I'm happy. You want to tell a story about changing jets in New Jersey?
I'd rather not.
Why not?
It's not one of my fond memories.
Got the power valve in the back, switched over to the E85 block. Now all we got to do is put it back together. So you're just taking the return line off and sticking it in the can, right?
Yeah. That's the easiest way I found.
Yeah.
First spot.
What?
I think the first spot's gonna be somewhere on 16.
Really?
Yeah.
On 16?
Yeah, like headed out of town east, like 20 miles.
I don't know. So anyway, after a short delay due to a small fire, I didn't film any because tempers were high, emotions were raw, and I don't want to talk about it. We are ready to start this thing up. It's back on ethanol. We're going to go up the road and see if it runs okay. Okay, so we got the truck running. Billy's putting a tune up in the boost controller. I know you can't hardly see me, but I'm sure you can hear me. I'm gonna follow him in the 55, and we're gonna make a test pull out here on the highway. As long as the test pull goes okay, we're gonna swing over by our Virgin Road test spot and make a Virgin Road test hit. And we'll see how it goes. So we went and made a test pass, and unfortunately, due to the small inferno that we had earlier, it melted the CO2 line for the wastegates. It melted it shut, so all we had was gate pressure. What was it, 5 pounds?
Yeah, 5 pounds of boost.
What'd it go?
630 at 117.
Okay, so on gate pressure, 5 pounds of boost, that's what it went. So at least we know it drives around, it cruises okay, right?
Yeah, it drives fine.
Okay, all right. So what are we gonna do now? Are you gonna make another pull or?
Yeah, I probably should.
So, rough night. So after our small inferno, we melted some things. We melted a CO2 line, and to put out the inferno, Billy dumped water on the engine, and water got in the distributor cap, and we had a reoccurrence of the phenomenon that we experienced down in Louisiana, in New Orleans. So Billy thought it was a fuel. We switched it from E85 back to methanol. That didn't fix it. And finally I pulled the distributor cap, and the cap had water in it. So removed the water from the cap, put it back together, fixed it, okay? Now we got to put it back on E85 again so we can go drive this thing. The stipulations for this race is tonight you have to drive it. And we don't have a problem driving this thing when it's on E85. But, God, it's been a rough night. I'm telling you what. I hope it's worth it. All right, so we are at the race spot. We went to the meet spot and hung out there for a little bit. We all drove out here to the race spot, about 20 minutes. And these guys aren't quite ready. So we sat here long enough to where a cop passed, and that cop called another cop, and now there's another cop here sitting here just waiting on us to do something. So we're probably gonna have to leave here, and I don't even know if these guys have got another spot picked out to finish this thing if we lose this spot. So looking like a night of fuckery. See what happens.